Hello students, in the previous video we have seen about chrysophytes under Protista. Now we will start with DINOFLAGELLATES. Second one, yesterday we have seen about chrysophytes. Now about DINOFLAGELLATEs. We have seen that the outermost body of chrysophytes, that is nothing but diatoms and desmids, which are also called as golden algae. Their body is made up of silica shell, which is also called as fructule. But in case of DINOFLAGELLATEs, its body is made up of cellulose plates. DINOFLAGELLATes, also called as whirling whips. Why they are called as whirling whips? Basically, if an organism is there, if it has to move in this direction, so it has to move like this, or if it has to move to the vertical one, then it has to move like this. But DINOFLAGELLATes will be moving in a cross manner like this. Means they cannot move either straight or horizontally, but they will move slope in direction. So these are considered as whirling whips. They used to rotate like whirling, movement in a round way. So they used to twirl around themselves like this and then move. Okay. These DINOFLAGELLATes habitat means the place where they natively live. Habitat is marine water. Next, DINOFLAGELLATes are photosynthetic in nature. Means they does photosynthesis. The body color is of different types. Like yellow, green, brown, blue, or red based on the pigment. The most abundant pigment, the pigments mostly are chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Cell wall is made of stiff cellulose plates. That armor the body. Here we can take example of DINOFLAGELLATE as goniologs. Now, the horizontal flagella or flagellum is called as cingulum. Cingulum is horizontal flagellum. Vertical flagellum is called as sulcus. Vertical flagellum. Next, DINOFLAGELLATes or goniologs. DINOFLAGELLATes are responsible for red tide because of other type of pigment other than chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Responsible for red tide. Red tide color is different from red algae. Don't get confused. Red tide is because of goniologs or DINOFLAGELLATE. Red color is due to pyridine. pyridine pigment. They reproduce rapidly and produce a toxin called saxatoxin that kills the neighboring organisms. It kills other nearby marine organisms. Like fishes, we can see. Now, when shellfish eats these goniologs, when shellfish eats the goniologs, and that shellfish is eaten by man, then man is prone to paralytic shellfish poisoning. This one is indicated as PSP, paralyzing shellfish poisoning. Next, other example is Noctiluca. Noctiluca, which comes under other dinoflagellate, other example, it emits bioluminescence. This bioluminescence here is a defense mechanism, means emitting light, is emission of light, is a defense mechanism. Next, Noctiluca, it feeds majorly on zooplanktons and fish eggs. This is considered as non-photosynthetic. Now, this bioluminescence is due to pigment, or we can say some of the protein-like substance, luciferin. What this luciferin does? It absorbs the photosynthetic light during daytime and emits during nighttime, so that during nighttime this Noctiluca will be emitting light from its body. It absorbs daylight and emits during nighttime. This is about dinoflagellates. Hello students, now we will see about euglenoids. So, euglenoids will be explained under example euglena. Euglena is connecting link between plants and animals. Euglena is given a shape called as spindle-shaped animalcule. Now, there is a small flagellum and there is a large flagellum which comes under common flagella outside. Here will be the nucleus, which is surrounded by chromatophores, which harbor the coloring pigments. Here will be the coloring pigment, chlorophyll A, for the process of photosynthesis. Their body outermost layer is made up of pellicle. For flexibility of the body, it also has some extra structures called as myonemes. It has flagella because this one is made up of fusion by two different sized flagella, one smaller one larger one. Now, this is called as groove, anterior groove, because this part is anterior part of body. This is posterior part of body. These are chromatophores, which have chlorophyll A for the process of photosynthesis. Here will be some structures called as paramilum bodies. And on either side, it has eye spot along with photoreceptors. It will be having food vacuoles, and also it has contractile vacuoles for maintaining body osmosis. Roughly, this is the structure of euglena. Euglena has two different sized flagella. Next, starting from anterior part, paramilum body is a reserve food. Next, anterior groove is for intaking food from water. So this food includes phytoplanktons, small zooplanktons, and bacteria, etc. This food includes zooplanktons, bacteria, etc. Next, eye spot helps in locating light. Next, photoreceptor. So we'll see this eye spot is chemically made of flavoprotein. This one basically other types of pigments are also there, that is rhodopsin, etc. But especially in case of euglena, it is made up of flavoprotein. Photoreceptors are stimulated by light and response to move towards light. Towards light. Pellicle is protein-rich layer and this protein-rich layer gives flexibility to the body along with myonemes. Myonemes function mostly while moving of the organism from one place to other place. Chlorophyll A helps in photosynthesis. Type of nutrition is mixotrophic. Means, in presence of chlorophyll A, it does photosynthesis and behaves as autotroph. In absence of light, It uses the stored food material in the form of paramylum bodies and behaves as an autotroph by taking the smaller zooplanktons, the food material, bacteria-like type of substances that have entered into the glue-like substance. It tries and drags those small bacteria-like substances and frames out food vacuoles. Mixotrophic means autotrophic plus heterotrophic together. Mode of reproduction is by longitudinal binary fission. Habitat of Euglena is stagnant water. This is about Euglena, which are having two different flagella and body made up of pellicle, and the type of nutrition is mixotrophic type of nutrition.